Welcome to this Land, Air and Sea Toolbox tutorial. This tutorial is a presentation of the main thing you can do with the Land, Air, Sea Toolbox, called the LASTBOX. So let's start our LASTBOX. We arrive to the main window and we just have to click on the icon and we'll arrive on the main frame. We have different buttons. So the main thing to understand about the LASTBOX is that you will be managing different libraries, and inside these libraries you're going to store your data. It could be photos that we call sightings, tracks, polygons, image overlays. So you're going to be managing different libraries with a lot of data in it. So let's have a look at the library we have at the moment. So I'm just going to click on libraries, and as you can see I've got many libraries that I'm working on at the moment. And I'm going to start with, let's say, one called fishing. Select it and I can save it. And now you can see that fishing is right in the middle of the blue button. That means fishing is a library that is activated. So before I'm going to have a look what's inside the library, I just want to have a look how it is organized. So I'm going to setup, and here we go. This is the main view of what's happening inside the libraries. So our fishing libraries has different categories and subcategories. So we have fish, crustacean, cephalopod, croc, and so on. And inside each category we have different subcategories. So for fish we have the bream, the catfish, and the marlin. For cephalopod we have the squid. For crustacean we have crab, crayfish, prawn, and so on. So all the data you're going to store have to be located in one of these subcategories. So let's say you have a picture about a catfish. You have to go into fish, catfish. This is where it will be, and you will have this icon. And of course you can have your own icon, and it's very easy to change. So all the pictures or data that I'm going to store inside fish bream are going to be inside a yellow circle with a B in the middle. Everything that I will save inside fish marlin will be with an M. Everything that is related to squid cephalopod will be a diamond that is orange. So it's very easy to create your library, which creates some categories and subcategories, and we just manage them. It's very simple. So now we know that how our library is organized. Let's have a look at what's inside this library. So I'm going to click on the blue button, fishing, and the library is loaded. So straight away we can recognize our category and subcategory, and this is the data we have. So we have different sort of things. We got some sightings, you can see there, it's a type. We have some tracks and so on, and we could have some polygons and more things. For each of the sighting we know what category and subcategory it belongs to. So cephalopod squid, it's the right color. Croc saltwater, right color. We can have icons like pictures or proper icon. It's up to you to create them or to use the one that I've already provided with the software. So at the moment we have nothing that is filtered and we can see everything. So if I decide that I only want to see the fish in there, I don't care about the rest, so I'm just going to select fish. And that's it, all the rest is gone. I've got all my fish in here. Category is only fish. We have bream, catfish, and marlin. So, but if we're only interested in bream, then I'm going to select bream. So I've been very selective now. I only want to see the bream within the fish. And we've got the fish, only bream. We have 3 sightings and 3 tracks. Can do the same thing with this one. I only want to see, for example, the crayfish. Here we go. We got 2 crayfish. I can select this one, for example, and if I want to click on the picture to make it bigger, I can make it bigger and have a better look. It's as simple as that. If I want to get more information about the sighting itself, I can double click on it, and I have all the information that I can change. I can change the photo, I can change everything. So now we had a look at what we have in our database. We know how it is organized. What about we have a look at it inside Google Earth? So if I'm going to start my Google Earth right here, at the moment there is nothing on our map, we have our link to our LASTBOX library in there. There's a link directly to the software. So if I decide to have a look at fishing library, which is this one, I'm just going to activate everything and just wait for it to synchronize. Oh, it's pretty quick. So we know that most of the sightings and tracks are around Darwin in Australia, and I can recognize straight away all my icons and so on. So if I click on marlin number 3 now, I can see the picture of my marlin with all the detail. Gonna have a look at our crabs. Yeah, we've got some crabs as well. And so on. Got some tracks, also bream, and so on. If there is many icons, if you click on it, if they are too close, then we can click on it. That's the story. So a little bit of filtering. If I'm going inside our thing here, I've unselect everything. Let's say if I only want to see the breams, I'm going inside the folder and I'm activating the breams. That's all I've got. 3 tracks and the 3 sightings. If I only want to see the marlin, got a little track and a marlin. Here we go. If I only want to see this one, for example, I've got all my squids. So it's very easy to do some filtering. And if we put all together, here we go. So now we know how to look inside the LASTBOX, what sort of data we've got, and also we can visualize it nicely inside Google Earth. To finish this tutorial, I'm just going to show you quickly 2 other libraries, just to give you an idea of what can be stored and how it can be stored in different libraries. So, for example, if I'm having a look at this one here, I can, for example, activate this one. It's just giving me, so let's activate both of them. Just a boundary, which is basically a track that we've created in Google Earth, and then we can import them into the Toolbox, or if you recorded it with your GPS, you can import them in the Toolbox. Can also have, of course, a polygon made in Google Earth. That's pretty good. The other thing that is quite useful is you can include some image overlay. So if I activate this map here, I'll activate it. It will take a bit of time to load it because they are pretty heavy maps. Here we go, they're coming. And this is basically acting like as a layer on the top of Google Earth, which is very useful for topographic maps. So then I can have a look at my track, and here it is here. So it's inside. You don't have to worry about sharing that sort of stuff. It's inside your Toolbox, and of course can change the transparency. See what's going on. So very useful to have all that sort of thing. And the last one, I can show you other thing. Maybe there is some other layer that we've got. Yeah, some community that we put in there. Anything, and you can add your pictures and sort of start making sense to see what we can do with this. So now the last one I'm going to show you is this one. IT, activate IT. So we got all sort of stuff in there. And we've got a track. Someone was traveling on the road with many different sightings with photos. And if I click on this, that on the road, you have different things. And I suppose that the orange M1, that from the air, viewed from the air. So another way it can be used for aviation. Record all sort of information. Even in there, you can change the icon. If I select any of them, I've got a nice picture in the Borolula area. So I think it's giving you a good overview of what can be done and the main principle for the land, air and sea toolbox.